The blue glow of computer screens lit up Dr. Alan Carter's face as he leaned forward in his chair. His eyes widened. The signal patterns on his monitor were unlike anything he had ever seen before. After 20 years of searching the stars for signs of intelligent life, he had found something at the edge of our solar system. "Get me the director," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. 3 days later, Captain Lisa Dawson stood on the bridge of the U.S. Frontier, Earth's first faster-than-light vessel. Her crew was the best humanity had to offer, selected from space agencies around the world. The ship hummed with energy as its revolutionary engines prepared for their longest journey yet. "All systems ready, Captain," said Lieutenant Paul Wells from the navigation console. Lisa nodded. "Take us out, Lieutenant." Destination: Saturn's outer rings. The Frontier slipped away from Earth's orbit with barely a shimmer. The new FTL drive was humanity's greatest achievement, developed in 2045 after a breakthrough in quantum physics. The journey to Saturn would take only hours instead of years. Dr. Carter sat at the science station, his fingers dancing across the screens. "Captain, the signal is getting stronger. Whatever it is, it's hiding behind one of Saturn's smaller moons." The Frontier slowed as they approached. Hidden in the shadow of the moon was a structure unlike anything humans had built. A sleek, curved observation post with strange markings along its hull. "It's watching us," Lisa said. "It has been for some time." As the Frontier moved closer, the alien structure lit up with pulses of green and purple light. A communication request appeared on their screens. "Should we answer it?" asked Communications Officer Karen Hughes. Lisa took a deep breath. "This is what we came for. Open the channel." The main screen filled with the image of a being with grayish-blue skin, large eyes, and no visible hair. It spoke, and the ship's computers quickly translated. "Greetings, humans. I am Zorthax, diplomatic observer for the Galactic Council. We have been monitoring your species for some time." The crew fell silent. First contact had just been made. "I am Captain Lisa Dawson of Earth," Lisa finally responded. "We come in peace." Zorthax tilted his head. "Yes, we assumed as much. Your ship's weapon systems are primitive, though your faster-than-light technology is surprisingly advanced for a species at your development stage." Dr. Carter frowned at the dismissive tone. "We've worked hard to reach the stars." "Indeed, faster than expected. The Council predicted another century before you achieved FTL travel." Zorthax made a gesture that might have been a shrug. "The Council now extends an invitation to your leaders. We would like representatives to visit our headquarters for formal introductions." Within weeks, Earth was buzzing with the news. Humanity was not alone in the universe. The world's nations quickly formed a united response team. Captain Dawson was the obvious choice to lead the mission. Dr. Carter would join as their scientific expert. They added Maria Ortiz, Earth's most skilled diplomat, and Colonel John Peterson to provide military expertise. As the Frontier prepared for its journey to the Council headquarters, Lisa found Dr. Carter staring at the stars from the observation deck. "Nervous?" she asked. "Curious," he replied. "Zorthax seemed surprised by our progress. Why monitor us if they didn't think we were worth talking to?" "Maybe they're just being careful." Carter shook his head. "Did you notice how he called our weapons primitive? That was the first thing he assessed." Colonel Peterson joined them. "I noticed that too. In my experience, you don't immediately size up someone's weapons unless you're thinking about fighting them." As the stars streaked by outside, Earth's first delegation to alien space couldn't help but wonder what awaited them. The Galactic Council had been watching humanity for decades. What else had they decided about the human race without ever meeting them? The answer would change everything. The human delegation stared through the viewports as their ship approached the Galactic Council headquarters. The massive space station glowed like a small star against the blackness. It was shaped like a wheel with 12 spokes, each representing one of the founding species of the Council. "It's beautiful," whispered Maria Ortiz, her eyes wide with wonder. Colonel Peterson remained silent, his military training keeping his emotions hidden as he assessed the defense systems around the station. He counted at least 30 patrol ships that made the U.S. frontier look like a toy. Their ship docked in a bay larger than a football stadium. Alien vessels of various shapes and sizes filled the space. As the humans stepped out, they were greeted by Zorthax and 2 other aliens. "Welcome to the heart of galactic civilization," said Zorthax. "These are my associates, Krelvon of the Medusan Worlds and Sinta of the Proxima Alliance." The aliens led them through corridors filled with beings of every shape and color. Some looked almost human, while others seemed impossible. Beings of pure energy, creatures with multiple limbs, and entities that appeared to shift form as they moved. "The Council has existed for over 10,000 years," explained Zorthax. "We maintain peace and order throughout the explored galaxy." "How many species are part of the Council?" asked Dr. Carter. 417 full members, with another 200 holding provisional status," replied Krelvon, a tall being with metallic skin. "Earth will be classified as a Class 3 species, pending evaluation." "What does Class 3 mean?" Lisa asked. Zorthax hesitated. "It is for newer species still developing the maturity for full participation." The delegation was led into an enormous chamber. Hundreds of representatives sat in tiered seats surrounding a central platform. The ceiling displayed a perfect map of the galaxy, with different colors showing the territories of various species. The human delegation stood on the central platform as the Supreme Counselor. Drakmor addressed the assembly. He was a massive being with dark purple skin and 6 arms. "We welcome our new visitors from Earth," his voice boomed. "As is customary, we have studied their history and development to determine their status." Images of Earth's past began to appear above them. Wars, environmental damage, conflicts. "Humanity has shown remarkable technological progress," continued Drakmor, "but their history reveals a species prone to violence, territorial disputes, and self-destruction. Therefore, we classify them as Class 3, with the following restrictions: no expansion beyond their solar system for 50 years, limited access to Council technology, and regular inspections of all space installations." Maria Ortiz stepped forward. "With respect, Supreme Counselor, you're judging us by our past, not our present or potential future." Murmurs spread through the chamber. Challenging the Council's decision was apparently unusual. "Your species launched over 15,000 nuclear weapons during your development phase," said another counselor. "You nearly destroyed your own planet multiple times." "But we didn't," Maria replied firmly. "We learned and grew. Isn't that the purpose of civilization?" As the debate continued, Colonel Peterson noticed how the military representatives from higher-ranked species watched the humans with dismissive expressions. One group, with battle-scarred armor and sharp teeth, seemed particularly amused by the humans' presence. Later, in their assigned quarters, the delegation discussed what they had learned. "They've already decided what we are," said Colonel Peterson. "Primitive, aggressive, unpredictable." Dr. Carter nodded. "I accessed their public library. The Council has a history of keeping lower species contained until they either conform or destroy themselves. They're afraid of us," Lisa realized. "Not of what we've done, but what we might become." Maria looked out at the stars. "They've made their first mistake. They think they know us based on data and observation." "What do we do now?" asked Peterson. Lisa's expression hardened. "We accept their terms for now. We go home and prepare. If the Council won't treat us as equals, we'll have to show them why they should." The humans didn't notice the small recording device hidden in their room, or the junior observer, Senlara, who listened with growing interest to these strange new beings who refused to accept their place in the galactic order. 5 years passed since Earth joined the Galactic Council. On the surface, humans followed all Council rules. They welcomed alien observers to their planet, traded with approved species, and stayed within their solar system. But beneath this obedience, a quiet rebellion grew. Director William Clark stood at the window of his underground office on Mars. The facility didn't exist in any official records. On paper, this was just another mining operation. In reality, it was the headquarters of Project Phoenix, humanity's secret plan to break free from Council restrictions. "How are the new ships coming along?" he asked. Kate Miller, the lead engineer, pulled up holographic designs. "We found a way to mask their energy signatures. The Council scanners will see them as simple cargo vessels, but they're faster and better armed than anything we've officially built." Her partner, Ryan Garcia, nodded. "We've hidden the advanced technology in plain sight. From the outside, they look like the primitive ships the Council expects from us." Around the solar system, humans established a network of hidden research stations. While the Council believed Earth was developing at a carefully controlled pace, these secret labs pushed far beyond allowed limits. Mars housed weapons research. Europa held AI development. Titan was home to advanced propulsion studies. On Earth, Senlara, now a full Council observer, met with the official human representatives. Unlike her colleagues, she had grown to respect humans during her 5 years studying them. "Your people adapt quickly," she told Maria Ortiz during a diplomatic dinner. "Most species take decades to learn our languages and customs." Maria smiled politely. "We're eager students." What Senlara didn't know was that every bit of information she and other observers shared was carefully collected and analyzed. Humans learned the weaknesses of Council technology, the gaps in their monitoring systems, and which alien species might be sympathetic to Earth. Beyond Neptune, disguised as a small research outpost, the colony ship Pioneer prepared for its secret mission. Captain Lisa Dawson, now Admiral of Earth's hidden fleet, inspected the vessel's living quarters. 300 families would soon board, ready to establish humanity's first extrasolar colony. "The Council would never approve this," said Colonel Peterson, who had joined her for the inspection. "That's why they won't know until it's too late," Lisa replied. "We've found a star system outside their regular patrol routes. By the time they discover us there, we'll be too established to remove easily." Back on Mars, Director Clark received an encrypted message from one of their deep-cover agents on the Council station. "We're not alone in our frustration," he told his senior staff later that day. "The Nebulon, the Talari, even some factions of the Vex, they're all tired of being treated as lesser species." Dr. Carter, who had spent years studying Council archives, nodded. "The Council's hierarchy hasn't changed in 2,000 years. The same 6 species always hold power, while everyone else serves." "Then perhaps it's time for change," said Ryan Garcia. "Not just for us, but for all the oppressed species." In her private quarters on Earth, Senlara reviewed her latest reports. Something didn't add up. Human technological development appeared normal in official measurements, but she had noticed small inconsistencies. Their ships moved slightly faster than their engines should allow. Their communications were clearer than their technology should produce. As the Council observer prepared for bed, she glanced out her window at the busy streets of New York City. Humans never stopped moving, building, planning. The Council saw them as young and undisciplined, but Senlara was beginning to wonder if her superiors had made a serious error in judgment. Meanwhile, deep in the asteroid belt, Kate Miller and her team activated the prototype of a weapon that could change the balance of power in the galaxy. As the energy beam cut through a small asteroid, turning it to dust, she made a simple entry in her log. "Test successful. Production can begin." The silent preparation continued. Humanity was getting ready. The emergency alarm woke Captain Olivia Rodriguez from a deep sleep. She rushed to the bridge of the U.S. Defiant, her hair still messy from bed. "Report," she ordered, sliding into her command chair. "Vraxian warships attacking our colony on Europa, Captain," said her first officer, Sam Taylor. 3 heavy cruisers. They claim we violated Council territory limits. Europa was one of Jupiter's moons. It was well within Earth's solar system and approved for human settlement. This attack made no sense. "Send a distress call to the Council," Olivia said, "and prepare all weapons. We're not letting those colonists die." The Defiant was officially a patrol vessel, but it secretly carried weapons far beyond what the Council permitted. As Olivia's small fleet of 5 ships raced toward Europa, the response from the Council arrived. "Captain Rodriguez, this is Council Representative Krelvon. The Vraxian complaint has merit. Your colony exceeds the approved size and contains unauthorized technology. We advise you to stand down." Olivia's face hardened. "There are families on Europa. Children. We will not abandon them." She switched off the communication and addressed her crew. "The Council won't help. We're on our own." When they reached Europa, the situation was dire. The Vraxian ships, large vessels covered in sharp, blade-like protrusions, were firing on the colony's protective dome. Cracks were already forming. "They outgun us 3-1, Sam warned. Olivia nodded. "But they don't know what we're really carrying." "Activate the Miller-Garcia defense system." Hidden panels opened on the human ships, revealing weapons that shouldn't exist according to Council records. The battle was fierce but quick. The Vraxian commanders, expecting easy prey, found themselves facing technology that matched or exceeded their own. The Defiant took heavy damage, but within 30 minutes, one Vraxian ship was destroyed and the other 2 retreated. As emergency teams rushed to repair the colony dome, Dr. Alan Carter arrived on a fast transport from Mars. He moved quickly through the damaged colony until he found Captain Rodriguez. "This wasn't random," he told her quietly. "I've been analyzing Council communications. The Vraxians were encouraged to test our defenses." "By whom?" Olivia asked. "Council Military Oversight Committee, a faction led by someone named Grathel." Back on Earth, the response to the battle was swift. The Council demanded that Captain Rodriguez and all ships involved be surrendered for punishment. They claimed the human vessels used illegal weapons and responded with excessive force. In a public ceremony, Earth's leaders apologized. They'd promised to send the ships for inspection and to discipline the captains. Behind closed doors, a different meeting took place. "The Council set us up," Director Clark told the gathered military and political leaders. "They wanted to see our real capabilities, and now they have." "Not all of them," said Admiral Lisa Dawson. "The Defiant didn't use our most advanced systems." President Frank Howard looked tired. His gray hair seemed to have gotten grayer in just days. "We need to accelerate our plans. Captain Rodriguez won't be disciplined. She'll be promoted. And we're building more ships like the Defiant." In her quarters on the Council station, Senlara reviewed footage of the battle. The human ships had moved with surprising precision. Their weapons shouldn't have been able to penetrate Vraxian shields. Her communication device beeped. It was her supervisor. "Your assessment of the humans was overly optimistic," he said coldly. "They are more dangerous than you reported. Or perhaps they were defending themselves against an illegal attack," she replied. "Watch yourself, observer. Your sympathy for these primitives is being noticed." After he disconnected, Senlara made a decision. She encrypted a message and sent it through channels that couldn't be traced back to her. The message reached Dr. Carter's secure terminal on Mars. "The Council is divided. Some want to make an example of Earth. Others fear what humans might do if pushed too far. Be careful. Friends are watching." Throughout human colonies, the news spread. The Defiant had stood against alien aggressors and won. For the first time, humans had fought back, and the galaxy would never be the same. Commander Eric Johnson's shuttle drifted silently through the gas clouds of the Carina Nebula. No tracking devices, no registration beacon, no official mission. As far as the Galactic Council knew, he was on leave visiting family on Earth. The truth was far more dangerous. "Approaching coordinates," said his pilot, Liam Foster. Still no sign of pursuit. Eric nodded. "Good. Keep us dark until we confirm they're friendly." Their shuttle slipped into a hidden docking bay, carved into an asteroid. 3 alien ships were already there, one silver and flowing like liquid metal, another rough and rock-like, and the third a perfect sphere that seemed to absorb light. The representatives of 3 species waited for Eric as he stepped out of his shuttle. The Nebulon, with their translucent skin that showed swirling colors beneath, the Talari, short and sturdy with 4 arms, and the Vexed, tall beings with reflective eyes. "You came," said the Nebulon leader, Silnera. "We weren't certain you would risk it. After what happened at Europa, we can't afford to wait," Eric replied. "Director Clark sends his regards and Earth's commitment to our alliance." 4 months had passed since the Vraxian attack. In that time, Earth had been busy. Director William Clark had established contact with other species who, like humans, were tired of Council restrictions. All were classified as lower-tier civilizations. All had technologies they kept hidden from Council inspectors. On a hidden base in the Kuiper Belt, beyond the edge of Earth's solar system, Colonel John Peterson trained troops from all 4 species. Humans taught Nebulon soldiers how to adapt quickly to changing battle conditions. The Vex shared their expertise in stealth technology. The Talari instructed everyone on hand-to-hand combat techniques. The Council has ruled through division for 2,000 years. Peterson told his mixed unit of alien and human fighters. "Our strength is in unity." Meanwhile, Kate Miller's engineering team worked with alien scientists to create a quantum communication network. Unlike standard Council communications, this system couldn't be monitored or traced. "The beauty of it," Kate explained to Ryan Garcia as they tested the final connections, "is that it uses principles the Council considers theoretical. They don't even know to look for these signals." On Earth, all appeared normal. Humans continued to develop at the careful pace the Council expected. Council observers reported no unusual activities, but one observer, Senlara, was growing increasingly torn between her duty and her admiration for humans. As she walked through a park in Vancouver, a woman sat down beside her. "Lovely day," said Neckel Bennett, Earth's counterintelligence officer. "Though I imagine the parks on your homeworld are quite different." Zenlara tensed. "Are you following me?" Just a friendly conversation between a human and a Council representative. Nothing unusual. "What do you want?" Neckel smiled. "We know about Agent Kelter. We know he's been spying on our government for the hardline faction of the Council." Zenlara's eyes widened. Kelter was a deep-cover operative. No one was supposed to know about him. "We've been feeding him selected information," Nicole continued, "but we thought you should know what your colleagues are really doing." She handed Zenlara a small data chip. "This contains proof that the Council has been deliberately sabotaging technological development of at least 30 species, including yours." Back at the secret meeting in the Carina Nebula, Commander Johnson and the alien representatives reviewed their battle plans. "If we move too soon, we'll be crushed," said the Talari commander. "If we wait too long, the Council will discover us," countered the Vex leader. Eric pulled up a star map. "We don't need to defeat their whole fleet. We just need to show enough strength that others will join us." On his return journey, Eric's shuttle passed by a Council patrol. The officers scanned his vessel, finding nothing suspicious about the simple transport. They didn't detect the encrypted battle plans or the alliance treaties hidden in his ship's computer. The Council still believed they were dealing with separate, easily controlled species. They had no idea that the greatest alliance in galactic history was forming right under their noses. The Great Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with angry voices. Emergency lights flashed as security teams rushed to secure the entrances. On the main display, images of unauthorized fleet movements filled the screen. Human ships, Nebulon vessels, Talari cruisers, and Vex stealth craft, all moving in coordination. Supreme Counselor Drakmor slammed his 6 hands on the table. How did this happen? How did these lesser species build such forces without our knowledge? No one could give him a satisfactory answer. For years, Council inspectors had reported normal development patterns. Now suddenly, there were hundreds of ships with technology that should have been beyond their capabilities. "We have discovered a secret base in the human Kuiper Belt," reported the head of Council Intelligence, and evidence of an alliance network spanning at least 20 star systems. Drakmore's purple skin darkened with rage. This defiance cannot stand. Prepare the punishment fleet. We will make an example of Earth first. On Earth, President Amanda Foster received the Council's transmission in the Oval Office. Director Clark, Admiral Dawson, and Dr. Carter stood with her as Supreme Counselor. Drakmore's image appeared on the screen. President Foster, the Council has discovered your violations of galactic law. Drakmore said, unauthorized military development, illegal colonization, formation of alliances without Council approval, and use of restricted technologies. The punishment is severe. His cold eyes stared through the screen. Disband all unauthorized military forces immediately. Surrender all ships and weapons. Submit to full Council oversight. You have 48 hours to comply, or Earth will face annihilation. When the transmission ended, President Foster turned to her advisors. Are we ready for this? They're sending a fleet. Admiral Dawson nodded. They think they'll find a frightened planet with a few illegal ships. They have no idea what's waiting for them. In space near Jupiter, the Council punishment fleet emerged from faster-than-light travel. 20 massive warships, each carrying enough firepower to level a continent. At their center was the dreadnought Final Word commanded by Grathel, the Council's military leader. Pathetic, Grathel said as his sensors detected Earth's official defense fleet, just 10 small ships moving to intercept. They send toys against us. His second-in-command looked uncertain. Sir, the intelligence reports suggested they might have hidden capabilities. Stories to frighten children. Grathel laughed. These humans will learn their place in the galaxy. As the Council fleet approached Earth, President Foster stood before cameras broadcasting to every human settlement in the solar system and to their secret colonies beyond. For years, we have endured Council restrictions. We have been treated as children, denied our rightful place among the stars. Today, that changes. Her voice grew stronger. We know the Council has deliberately held back countless species. We know they have engineered conflicts to keep us divided. We know they fear what we might become if allowed to grow freely. On the Council dreadnought, Grathel received a priority alert. His sensors were detecting energy signatures all around his fleet, ships appearing from nowhere as they deactivated their stealth systems. Impossible, he whispered. Where moments before there had been only 10 human vessels, now hundreds of ships surrounded the Council fleet. Human vessels, Nebulon cruisers, Telari battleships, and Vex stealth fighters formed a perfect sphere around them. Leading the Alliance fleet was the Equality a massive ship unlike any design the Council had seen. On its bridge stood Captain Olivia Rodriguez, now promoted to fleet commander. Council vessels, she broadcast. You are surrounded. Power down your weapons. Grathel roared in defiance. We do not negotiate with lesser beings. Open fire. The first shots from the Council ships streaked across space. The Battle of Earth had begun. On the Council homeworld, Senlara stood before a small group of sympathetic officials. I've brought proof of Council corruption. The humans aren't our enemies. The leadership that has lied to us for centuries is. As battles erupted across the galaxy, the revolution that would reshape civilization had begun. And it had started because the Galactic Council made one critical mistake. They underestimated humanity. The Battle of Earth lasted only 6 hours, but news of it spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Council communication networks, normally tightly controlled, were flooded with images of the Alliance fleet defeating the Punishment Squadron. For the first time in 2,000 years, Council warships had surrendered to lesser species. On 100 worlds, beings who had lived under Council restrictions for generations watched in amazement. If humans and their allies could stand against the Council, perhaps they could too. On the planet Velos, home to a species of winged humanoids, crowds gathered in city centers. They tore down statues of Council representatives and raised their own flags. Council observers fled to their ships as the revolution spread. "It's happening everywhere," Maria Ortiz told the Alliance Leadership Council. The Jeroen, the Pax Collective, the Solarian Union, all rising up against Council rule. Dr. Alan Carter had been working without sleep for days. His team had hacked into the Council's main communication network, bypassing security protocols designed to keep species isolated from each other. "We're ready," he told Director Clark. "Every being in Council space will see the truth." Across the galaxy, on millions of screens, Dr. Carter's face appeared. "People of the galaxy, my name is Dr. Alan Carter of Earth. For too long, the Galactic Council has lied to us all." The broadcast showed proof of Council manipulation. Secret directives to suppress technology, orders to foment conflicts between neighboring species, plans to keep lower species dependent on Council authority. "Today we choose freedom," Carter continued. "Not just for humans, but for all beings who want to determine their own future." On the Council's central station, chaos reigned. Security forces struggled to maintain control as protesters gathered outside the Great Hall. Many of the guards themselves had seen the broadcast and wondered if they were on the wrong side. Colonel John Peterson led a strike team to the heart of the station. His squad included humans, Nebulon, Talari, and Vex soldiers, all trained together in the hidden base. "The Council's central database is our target," he told them as they moved through maintenance tunnels. "It contains the access codes to the entire Council defense network." Meanwhile, Supreme Councilor Drakmor and his most loyal followers barricaded themselves in the control center. "This rebellion will be crushed," he insisted. "We have ruled for millennia. We will not fall to primitives." But his confidence wavered as reports came in from across Council space. More ships surrendering, more planets declaring independence, more Council representatives being captured or switching sides. "Sir," said one of his aides, "Councilor Zorthax has issued a statement supporting the revolutionaries." Drakmor's eyes widened in shock. Zorthax had been the diplomat who first contacted Earth. Now he was betraying the Council. In a secure broadcast studio, Zorthax addressed the galaxy. "I have witnessed firsthand the potential of species the Council deemed inferior. I have seen their creativity, their determination, their capacity for cooperation rather than domination. The time has come for a new way." Colonel Peterson's team reached the database center. They faced heavy resistance, but the Council guards were confused and disorganized. With precision and teamwork, the Alliance soldiers pushed forward. "The old system is falling," Peterson told the wounded Council guard who had surrendered. "You don't have to die for leaders who lied to you." On Earth, President Foster and the Alliance leadership watched as system after system declared independence from Council rule. The revolution was succeeding beyond their expectations. But Admiral Dawson looked concerned. "Drakmor and his inner circle have gone silent. Our intelligence indicates they're heading for their homeworld with their most advanced weapons." Maria Ortiz nodded grimly. "They won't accept defeat. They'll try something desperate." As celebration erupted across the galaxy, the final battle was yet to come. Supreme Councilor Drakmor had ruled for 300 years. He would not surrender his power without one last terrible fight. 1 year after the Battle of Earth, representatives from over 300 species gathered in the Great Hall that once housed the Galactic Council. The chamber had been redesigned. Instead of tiered seats that placed some species above others, a circular arrangement made all equal. Maria Ortiz stood at the center, addressing the first meeting of the Galactic Alliance. Her time as Earth's diplomat had prepared her for this moment, though she never imagined she would help write a constitution for the entire galaxy. "The foundation of our new alliance is simple," she said. "Each species determines its own path. Knowledge is shared freely. No one rules over another." The delegates applauded. Many had lived their entire lives under Council restrictions, told their species wasn't ready for advanced technology or deep space exploration. In a laboratory on the former Council station, Dr. Alan Carter worked alongside scientists from dozens of worlds. Together, they studied technology the Council had kept secret for centuries. This power source could end energy shortages on 50 worlds, said a Nebulon scientist, examining a small glowing device. Alan nodded. And without the Council's restrictions, we can implement it immediately. The revolution had unleashed a wave of cooperation and progress unlike anything the galaxy had seen before. Species that the Council had kept separate now shared ideas, culture, and technology. But peace wasn't complete. On Drakmor's homeworld, the former Supreme Counselor had gathered his most loyal followers and their most deadly weapons. They think they've won, Drakmor told his generals as they prepared their final assault. They believe their alliance can replace the order we maintained for millennia. We will show them the cost of their rebellion. The attack came without warning. Planet-killing weapons, forbidden under even Council law, struck 3 Alliance worlds simultaneously. Billions of lives hung in the balance as the weapons began their deadly work. Commander Eric Johnson led the Alliance response fleet. Captain Olivia Rodriguez commanded the flagship Equality *. Colonel John Peterson coordinated ground forces to evacuate threatened planets. Drakmor believes we'll surrender rather than risk more destruction, Eric told his captains. He doesn't understand what we're fighting for. The battle for the future of the galaxy raged for 3 days. Alliance ships, combining technology from a dozen species, fought with courage and unity. What they lacked in experience, they made up for in innovation and determination. On the 3rd day, the Equality * broke through Drakmor's defenses. Captain Rodriguez faced a difficult choice: destroy his command center with him inside, or attempt a dangerous capture mission. We're not like them, she decided. Send in the Special Forces team. We take him alive if possible. Colonel Peterson led the boarding party himself. They fought their way through the station, finally reaching the command center where Drakmor waited. You cannot build a lasting peace, Drakmor said as he was captured. Without our control, the galaxy will fall into chaos. Peterson looked at his team, humans fighting alongside beings from worlds they hadn't known existed just years before. I think we'll manage, he said. 1 year later, Admiral Lisa Dawson stood on the bridge of a new ship, the Discovery *. It was the most advanced vessel ever built, combining the best ideas from 20 species. Course laid in, Admiral, said her navigator, a young Tal'Leri officer. Thank you, Lisa replied. Let's see what's out there. The Discovery * led a fleet of exploration vessels beyond the borders of known space. For the first time, they traveled not as conquerors or controllers, but as explorers and friends. On Earth, Xenlura had chosen to stay as the Alliance ambassador. She watched children playing in a park, human children alongside the children of other species whose families had chosen to live on Earth. Was it worth it? Asked Dr. Carter, sitting beside her. Xenlura smiled. Look at them. They'll grow up knowing they can be anything, go anywhere. No council telling them they're not ready or worthy. The council's greatest mistake, Alan said, wasn't just underestimating humanity. It was underestimating what we could all become together. As the sun set on a peaceful Earth, ships of the Galactic Alliance traveled the stars, no longer divided, no longer restricted, finally free.